Hello and welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. Today we are going to make this really cute, this is a bit of a fun fold card, and we're just going to create just that extra layer, and we're going to be using the Thoughtful Wishes stamp set and dies and the Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper. So there's a couple of things I'm going to do a little bit differently in this video than I did when I made the card. So let's go through the elements of the card. Standard North American card base in boho blue with a 5 1/4 by 4 piece of designer series paper on it. It's again the Thoughtful Journey. And then for the inside, we've got a piece that is 6 1/4 by 5, and then we score it at 2 1/4 so that it folds over so that this piece is 4 by 5. So we cut it to 6 1/4, scored at 2 1/4 to make this piece 4 so that it goes inside the card. So I'm just going to pop that up here so that you can see that. And then I've got the greeting. I stamped it in boho blue on the Fresh Freesia cardstock. And I've got another piece of the designer series paper that's going to go on the flap, and it's actually cut right off of here. But we're not going to trim it down yet, because what I noticed when I did this one is that this is up a little bit and I need it to be down. So I need to determine where to cut it before I cut it. And then I've used the dies to cut out the stems and the flowers. And what I did on this one is I used adhesive backed paper and I adhered the one over top of the other. So that's how you get the different color flowers. I'm going to offset them a little bit when I build this one, just so that I can just see how it looks. And to do the greeting, again, it's just a 1/2 inch piece of the Fresh Freesia, and I am just cutting it off at an angle, the same angle that the lettering is at. I'm going to save this piece because I can do another greeting on there. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get started here. So again, this is a piece of 5 1/4 by 4. I'm just going to adhere it down, and I'm going to run out of adhesive here right away. I love the little red stripe on it so you know when you're getting low. And just lay that down like that. Now to build the inside piece, what we're going to do is we're going to open this up, and we're going to adhere this right on the edge. That scored hinged edge is going to line it right up against the edge of the card. It will extend just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit, but we're going to put that right up against that edge. Kind of like if you're quilting, it's nesting seams so that it stays lined up. So all I'm going to do is put some adhesive on the back of here. And then we're going to do that. We're going to line that edge up. I need to be equidistant top, bottom, and the one side. We're going to line that edge right up and give that a good push. And then we've got the fold over piece. And if it kind of is a little bit too tight, that's fine. You can always take your bone folder, wherever I put mine now. Here it is. And you can always just kind of smooth that edge over, and it'll kind of recast that edge. Now, let's have a look at what we need to do here. This is cut to 2 inches so that I get the border around the edge. But what I want to do is line it up so that it looks like it's one piece going across. And then to do that, so I know where to cut it, I'm just going to come in with a pencil, and I'm just going to kind of come a 1/4 inch down there, and then a 1/4 inch up from the bottom, just like that. Actually, it's not even a 1/4. It's probably an 1/8. And then I'm going to get my paper trimmer, and I'm going to trim right at that line. So yes, it's an 1/8, not a 1/4, that I'm lining it up at. So this piece ends up being 4 3/4. So this is 2 by 4 3/4. And like I say, I didn't want to cut it until I had it lined up so that I knew where I was putting it down. Okay, so we're going to adhere this. We're going to leave that border. We're going to line it up where we cut it, or we said we were going to cut it. Make sure we're even. And then we just pop it down. And I made it so that the kind of the shoreline was even. Okay, and if you've got a little bit of pencil mark on it, you can just always grab an eraser and just take the pencil marks off. So there we go. And now I need to adhere these. I do have them on adhesive backed paper, and I want to kind of offset them a little bit from each other, just so it gives it a little bit more oomph. So I'm going to put the bubble bath, no, sorry, the fresh freesia, it's not bubble bath, it's fresh freesia, down first. And I'm just going to pop that down like that. I do love the adhesive sheets. That makes these so much easier. And you notice, as usual, I'm pulling with the direction of the leaves, not against the direction of the leaves, so that it doesn't tear anything. I'm going to start this off in kind of the same place, but I'm just going to offset it instead of trying to line it up. And that's the difference. And I think I almost like this. It's a bit more full. This is very matched and lined up. And I think with the designer series paper being kind of almost a watercolor, having this being a little bit looser and freer is better. Okay, and then we're going to tag on our greeting. Now I want the flap to hold this down, so I'm only going to put dimensionals kind of on the first half of it. So I'm going to pop a dimensional on like this, and I'm going to put 2 on because I want it to really be able to hold that flap down. Okay, and then it's going to come over the bottom of the stems like that. So then it holds the flap and you've got all that space. You could stamp another greeting in here. You could put another piece of designer series paper in here if you want to. And then to close it, you just need to kind of bend the card a little bit. And we need to put some tinsel gems on. I just about finished the video without putting the tinsel gems on. That is a no-no. Okay, so I'm going to start under the E. Okay, so I'm going to pop one down like that. And then hopefully the next one doesn't jump away from me. Just pop one in line with that one like that. And next to it like that. And this is the tinsel gem trio. And then I'm just going to be able to pop that closed. And that is our card today using the Thoughtful Wishes bundle and the Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper. So thank you so much for watching, and let's create together again soon.